Imagine you come home, your keys gripped tight, heartbeat uneven. You sense something is wrong. Not just silence in the air, but something crawling under your skin. You want to trust. You want to believe the story you've told yourself about love, loyalty, the way it's supposed to feel when you build a life together. But tonight, you see small things out of place. A phone turned face down on the table, the scent of a new perfume, barely perceptible, invasive, foreign. Nothing is obvious, yet everything screams. Your mind spins with questions. What is real? What is staged? What is forgotten? And what is hidden? Some psychologists call this intuitive cognition, the brain picking up patterns where logic cannot tread. It's not paranoia. It's a dirty conversation between the senses and the shadows of broken trust. All your old beliefs about relationships, attraction, and women's minds feel like stories fed to you by someone blind to pain. Tonight, you stop believing in fairy tales. Tonight, you start digging into the mind's raw mechanics. Tonight, you want the truth. Let's start with the myth. If she cheats, you'll know. The old world wants you docile and blind, believing in the cleanness of emotional logic. Conventional psychology tells you that infidelity is loud, messy, obvious, that the signs are clear: lies, absence, excuses. But the truth hides. The mind builds walls. Habits conceal. The brain protects the betrayer better than any locked door. Here's the concept that will break you free. Infidelity isn't one act, one kiss, one betrayal. It's a pattern, a psychology, a shift in communication. It's her mind drifting into new territory, not just her body. You must become a pattern hunter. You must challenge your own thinking, destroy your faith in surface-level clues. You must learn to see with both eyes, the rational brain and the wild, mysterious intuition. If you want to recognize a woman's infidelity, you must want to recognize your own blindness. That's uncomfortable. That's power. Listen, the core isn't secrets, it's shifting values. Watch for subtle changes. She used to talk about us. Now it's I. She values autonomy. Not just her time, but her emotions, her attention. The psychology of cheating often starts with a change in priorities. Less family, more self-focus. You ask, and she drifts. She gives you a strange answer that feels like a wall in your mind. This is not about hours spent in absence. It's about the emotional climate changing in the house you share. Her routines warp, not because she plans a perfect secret, but because her values are recalibrating. You used to be her anchor. Now she's untethered. It's quiet, and it's deadly. The mind adapts fast. The brain knows how to lie before the mouth does. You need to notice the way her habits mutate, the way her emotions grow colder or sharper, the way frustration replaces warmth. Women who cross lines often do it first in their own heads. Long before the act, they talk themselves into a new self-image. Confidence blooms. She starts dressing differently, maybe chasing new forms of validation. Not to impress the world, but to convince herself she's still wanted, still powerful. You hear new phrases: I deserve more. I need space. These aren't just casual wishes, they're signals of revolution inside her mind. The psychology is built on self-affirmation, not rebellion. She isn't breaking you, she's breaking her reflection in your relationship. What you see is just a glimmer of what she sees in herself. If you look deeply, you'll sense the brain's urge to build new stories. Habits shift because her mind is rewriting its map. Attraction changes because she's seeking new confirmation, new feedback. Communication breaks first in the subtle spaces. Short messages, fewer shared dreams. You feel her withdrawal not in the words, but in her voice, her posture, her brain's silent calculations. Don't chase ghosts. Watch how she avoids deep topics, how her emotions flatten. Psychologists talk about micro-expressions and emotional leakage. These are the cracks in the mask. Look for hesitations, eye contact that slips, the way she holds her phone like a shield. This isn't paranoia, it's pattern recognition. The mind is faster than language. The brain is clumsy with guilt, but graceful in denial. Philosophy teaches you to ask why. Why this moment, this silence, this new habit? Don't seek to control, seek to see. The deeper you question her thinking, the more you'll see the script of infidelity playing out in microscopic gestures. Your world shrinks. Conversations become transactional, not emotional. Every dinner tastes like paper and dust. You ask simple questions. She responds with puzzle pieces. Frustration is the first poison. You feel rejection not in her words, but in her silence. She doesn't need to yell or leave. She just needs to stop caring. Psychology calls this emotional disengagement. Attraction now has a shadow. You sense her mind is somewhere else, maybe with someone else. Her brain is running simulations of a new life. Your confusion is fuel for her secret. She doesn't want confrontation, she wants distance. You are no longer her confidant. You are now an observer, stuck on the outside. The pain is real, and the proof is invisible. Start noticing the repeat patterns. She spends more time on her phone, laughing at jokes you never hear. She leaves the room to answer messages. Suddenly, passwords appear or change. Her phone is always near, always charged, always sacred. She begins to alter her daily flow. The gym at new hours. Errands that take longer. Unbooked weekends. These are not mistakes. These are micro-behaviors, habits shaped by her brain to create private zones. Psychologists call this privacy inflation. The mind wants space to fantasize, to communicate, to cheat without being caught by routine. Your brain struggles to keep up. You want to explain things away, justify. But her habits are signals, not random acts. Watch them like a detective studying social patterns. Touch becomes transactional. Kisses become stiff. There is no warmth in the way she looks at you, no magnetism pulling your bodies together. A woman's cheating often begins with emotional separation, then physical. She avoids eye contact during intimate moments. She turns away in bed. The tension in her body is not anger, it's avoidance. She develops new boundaries. Unspoken laws about privacy and space, bathroom doors locked, new rules for nights alone. Her communication around sexual intimacy becomes technical, distant, procedural. The brain is keeping secrets, and the body follows. Here is the truth. Intimacy erodes faster than trust. If you feel like her touch has faded, you're not imagining it. The emotions behind those patterns are heavy. It's the psychology of withdrawing, the slow collapse of shared attraction. Every story requires cohesion. But when the mind is divided, the stories fracture. Listen closely. She'll offer vague reasons for late returns. Work was stressful, a friend needed help, lost track of time. The details don't add up. The timelines wriggle. Pressure tests reveal the cracks. When you ask gently, she's firm. When you ask directly, she's nervous, defensive, or dismissive. The science here is cognitive overload. The brain struggles to keep lies aligned. Every failed detail is a sign, a misplaced receipt, a sudden change in plans, a car ride that makes no sense. The most confident liars have moments of cognitive slip. You need to notice not just the stories, but the mood behind them. Emotions betray logic. The psychology of infidelity hides in the contradictions. She brings you gifts. Compliments stack up unexpectedly. Maybe there's a dinner she cooks, a sudden weekend trip planned, a small surprise for no reason. Sometimes a cheating mind throws up a smokescreen, guilty generosity. It's not affection. Her emotions vibrate between cold and sweet. This is not love. It's the brain's way of suppressing guilt and overcorrecting. New generosity is a warning sign, not a reason to trust more deeply. Attraction doesn't swing this way. Psychology calls this balance restoration, an unconscious effort to cleanse the mind with acts of kindness. Gift-giving, assurance, extra attention. All are attempts to dismantle her own guilt. The more she tries, the less real it feels. Your mind picks up the truth behind her emotional math. Suddenly, there are names you don't recognize. Friends from work, yoga partners, new contacts on her phone. She talks less about her social life, or becomes oddly evasive when you ask about plans. She shields her new world, blending fact with fiction. These connections are the undercurrent of her double life. Old friends fade, new ones emerge. If she ever mentions a person repeatedly and then stops, pay attention. This mind shift is psychology in motion. Your brain senses exclusion. Her relationships grow walls. Words like just a friend become standard. Inside her mind, boundaries stretch. Some of these new connections are innocent, some are not. The liar's trick is to bury signals among the noise. Trust your sense when you notice sudden changes in her community. That's where infidelity germinates. Friendship can be a code word. Listen for echoed laughter, inside jokes, the way her smile ignites when she reads certain messages. The air thickens with critiques. Small habits that never bothered her now spark arguments. She picks at your words, your clothes, your routine. This isn't just moodiness, it's projection. Psychology labels it displacement, redirected frustration at you, masking her guilt. The brain looks for a villain so the heart feels justified. She points out your weaknesses while exaggerating her own strengths. She escalates disagreements, finds fault in peace. Her mind is at war, you're the collateral. The criticism isn't about you. It's her wrestling with herself, desperate to rationalize crossing the line. Relationship communication breaks down into blame games. Remember, when the warmth dies and criticism reigns, something deeper is unraveling. Attraction shrinks in the cold. Her emotional reality is leaking out sideways. Technology becomes the new fort. Passwords change. Notifications go silent. Her phone, once a shared artifact, transforms into forbidden territory. She clutches it close, carries it to the bathroom, answers messages with her back turned. A laptop snaps shut when you walk in. Browsers cleared, histories erased. Psychology explains, secrecy breeds ritual. Her brain invents new rules to protect secrets. Every beep is a hidden conversation. Every notification is encrypted with guilt. You notice locked screens, and she bristles when you look too long. She accuses you of snooping before you even try. You're not delusional. Relationships built on trust wither under digital walls. The psychology of attraction shifts into the territory of suspicion and self-preservation. Everything felt safe in routine until now. Suddenly, she challenges schedules. Dinners skipped, weekends reimagined, alone time maximized. She becomes, again, a stranger in your home, unpredictable, adventurous, urgent. She says it's for growth, personal space, reflection. Maybe. Or maybe it's habit layered with infidelity psychology. The mind that craves novelty pushes away shared rituals. The we turns into me. Attraction to the new eclipses comfort in the old. You find yourself abandoned in the rituals you once shared. Her rebellious routines are not chaos. They're the mind's practice runs for escape. Notice how just for me activities multiply. Money trails are never accidental. You notice odd expenses, unexplained withdrawals, new clothes she can't account for, lunches she doesn't mention, little luxuries that slip through old patterns. A woman planning a secret life funds it quietly. Her brain is calculating, careful, selective. Receipts disappear. Purchases get vague explanations. The psychology is simple. Money buys secrecy. Attraction to the unknown comes with a price tag. New subscriptions, apps, trips for work. You might hear, don't worry, it's nothing. But the mind is adding up. Every hidden dollar is a clue. Look for the financial ghost, the patterns that scream for your attention. She was once clear in her tastes, music, movies, hobbies. Now, her playlist shifts. She dives into books she never mentioned, shows curiosity for worlds unexplored. You sense she's echoing someone else's passion, someone foreign to your shared history. It's the mind borrowing stimulus. Psychology calls it mirroring. These new interests aren't random. Attraction is contagious, especially when fueled by infidelity. She wants to understand this new person, embodying their likes as her own. Her brain rewires for new validation, new habits, new flavors. Suddenly, she eats at places she never liked, listens to bands you don't recognize. Watch for accelerated change. The mind moves quickly when duplicity is involved. Her pursuit of novelty is a signal, not a phase. Language is the oldest human defense. She used to overshare. Now she edits. Her words grow shorter, sentences clipped, tone neutral when discussing her day. There's new slang, phrases she never used before. Psychology calls it verbal guarding. You sense censorship in her storytelling. Details get erased, timelines shortened. She repeats certain statements as if rehearsing, "It was nothing, just tired, don't worry." Relationship communication atrophies. Attraction calcifies into bland exchanges. Her brain is in overdrive, carefully screening outputs so truth doesn't slip. The more you probe, the less she shares. Dialogue turns from poetry to code. She once spoke of vacations, celebrations, growing old together. Now, the future is fogged. Plans dissolve. She dodges discussions about months ahead. All commitment talk dries up. Infidelity psychology tramples the horizon. Her mind avoids building with you, preferring to float in the now. You propose trips, anniversaries, new dreams. She cancels, minimizes, shifts blame. A woman's heart drifting out of frame rarely invests in tomorrow. The brain is trained to avoid contradictions between escape and promise. This lack of vision crushes the soul. Relationship confidence wanes. You feel dislodged from her narrative. That absence isn't accidental. It's intent. Mood swings enter the room before she does. One day, she's icy. Next day, impassioned. Sudden outbursts. Long silences. You try to keep up, but every step forward feels like walking on broken glass. Psychology attributes infidelity to divided loyalties. She can't reconcile two emotional realities. Her brain surges with guilt, excitement, fear. You bear the brunt. Home becomes unstable. Attraction flickers unpredictably. Trust is battered by storms of unpredictable emotions. Her communication mixes apologies with attacks. You're always off balance, doubting your own sanity. The emotional arc pushes you deeper into frustration, then confusion. You have seen the pain, felt the confusion. You are not invisible. The hidden signs form a mosaic, shifting interests, secretive communication, withheld dreams, wild emotions. You stare into the abyss and it stares back. Philosophy tells you pain carves wisdom into the mind. But here is the transformation. Awareness is liberation. You own your truth. You claim your strength even in rejection. The psychology of clarity becomes your armor. Your thinking refines, sculpts new confidence, a mind immune to illusion. You are no longer trapped by the habits or emotions of betrayal. You are awake. You are unbreakable.